Welcome back to the Asian Town Cricket Stadium for match number 12 of the competition. And it is the team Bengal Tigers winning the toss and deciding to bat first on an excellent surface here. The captain was of the opinion that they want to put score on the board and then look to trouble the opposition. They got fine leg on the boundary, men at the third man on the boundary, and they got man in the slip region as well at the second slip position. And they got fast bowler in operation to begin the proceedings. Firoz from the QCA end with the first delivery. Again, short lifting delivery outside the off stump. That has been the hallmark today since the beginning of the first match. Bowlers who hit that region proved quite lethal to tackle for the batters.
Yes, absolutely. Devinder, good evening viewers. We're back for the second match. Bangla Tigers versus Phatom, Doha. Bangla Tigers winning the toss and electing to bat. Rightly so, the bowler doing the trick with the first ball. A dot.
He's beaten again. Good pace from Firoz. Bangla Tigers trying to get back into the winning ways, whereas the Phatom Doha registered win in their first match. Would love to continue with that winning momentum in order to ensure their place in the playoffs.
Phatom Doha will be looking to keep that winning streak. Firoz doing a wonderful job right up that order in the bowling department.
Again, another good delivery. 3 back-to-back dot deliveries. What a start to the bowling spell from Firoz. That prompts the two batters to have a little bit of chat about where they want to score runs off, the areas to target.
This truly shows how the curator, Mr. Shakil, has worked on this strip there, narrowing those cracks and making sure this becomes a batting paradise. Although first match didn't fetch many runs, this bowling has been spot on by Firoz. 3 dot balls. This is a dream over for Phantoms.
Third man, very fine. Man at the gully position on the offside. Gets a short ball. Wants a run here. Chance if he manages to direct it. The throw was the wild one, and then batter gets through to the safety of the crease eventually.
The batsman fumbled there. Batsman fell down. This was a good chance for a run out. Although we would have witnessed some sportsmanship there. But the throw being sent wild. And no runs. Still, Bangla Tigers not able to score. It's 0 for 0 till 4 balls.
Searching for a dot ball again. This time he gets the edge, and there is a fielder on the boundary. The third man position will only eke out a single. This has been impeccable start to this spell from Firoz. Consistently hitting that back of length region and getting a lot of perches out of the surface.
Yes, absolutely. That last ball, just the batsman manages a thick edge over the slips cordon to the third man area for a single. The protection is there. Captain setting his field up very cautiously. Last ball.
Beaten with a little bit of extra bounce. Sensational first over. Just conceding a single. It's 1 without loss. Bangla Tigers, after winning the toss and batting first, in this spirit lifting outing here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. That's the team Bangla Tigers. They got Suman, who's opening the batting for the team, with Kabir, Arman, Abdus Samad, Russell Aslam, and Mohammad Iman Miha. They got Rakibul Islam, Rabi Mohammad, Irfan Ahmed, Faisal, and Fazlur. That completes the Bangla Tigers.
We have not seen a maiden over here in this tournament so far, but that over was as good as a maiden over. Just 1 run coming out of that over, and Mind you, this is a T10 tournament. We expect some big hits here.
Awais Riaz from the industrial end, looking to keep the same field. The third man and fine leg on the, though they got men at the long on position now, on the boundary, fine leg and long on. And he has taken the wicket of the very first, attacking the stumps, trying to go for that expansive shot through the onside. And the ball goes on to hit the timber. Wicket in the second over, and what a start to the spell from Awais Riaz.
A fuller length delivery into the block hole, and batsman missing completely. That in swing at the last minute. First wicket goes down in the form of Sumon. He scores one. Did not give any big total this time. 1 for 1. Bangla Tigers has the decision of winning the toss and batting first gone out of their favor. We'll have to wait and watch when the next batsman comes in.
Brilliant first over, supported by wicket of the very first delivery in the second over. A lethal bowling combination, the fast bowlers bowling with a lot of pace and with different methods though. The first over was all about hitting the back of length region and getting the ball to bounce, and Awais Khan trying what suits him, that's pitching the ball up and getting the ball to move, with beautiful in-swinger getting the wicket of Sumon. Early jolt for the team Bangla Tigers. It's 1 for 1 into the second over after winning the toss and batting first, and it is going to be a tough task recovering after losing the wicket early on.
Mohammad Imran joins Kabir Mia in the center. We will have to wait and watch, because this bowler Awais Raza has something in him.
Beaten again. Excellent delivery, the length, drawing the batsman forward, getting a bit of lift and movement as well.
There was a little bit of shuffle by this batsman, but eventually making no contact with the ball. Keeper is a happy person, because he's been collecting all the balls, which should be an ideal moment for any fielding side. 1 for 1, the early wicket down.
Riaz into ball to Iman, and Iman's shuffling and dancing down the track but not making connection. The shuffle and looking to come down the track, that did not affect the rhythm of the bowler. Went what he thought before going on top of the bowling march to deliver.
That ball going away from the left-hander, and rightly so. The bowler is trying all his experience, putting all his efforts in. Wicket, dot. Superb fielding setup there. You'll see a square leg fielder there, always ready to club on those edged catches.
Midon goes on the boundary, searching for the first boundary. And again he's beaten. The focus has been on smashing the ball through the onside. The line has been impeccable, and the length too, shushing the batsman into two minds whether to go down the pitch or stay back and play it through the square of the wicket on the offside.
It's been a superb display of bowling from Phantoms. They have been spot on, although they were the toss losers and had to field, because Bangla Tigers won the toss and decided to bat first. Awais Raza doing the trick.
Where is the first boundary? Here into the second over. There have been a lot of attempts to get boundaries away. They haven't been successful. Played and missed on numerous occasions.
Rightly so. When I was talking about that maiden over, Devinder, are we going to witness the first one, that to a maiden wicket? Just one delivery left. If Awais Raza manages to bowl a dot ball, he will be the hero tonight, and this would be the history in this particular tournament.
Here is Avis into bowl to Iman, and Iman is getting it over the top of the man at the slip region and down to the boundary for 4 boundary to finish the over, but still a successful over as well. 5 for 1.
There was immense pressure building on both the batsmen, and this one was slashed hard, and the ball flying over for a 4 over the slip cordon. And yes, fortune favors the brave. This is exactly what the batsman has done. And in cricketing language, we say attack is the best defense. That's what he has done. 5 for 1 after 2.
It's a terrific Tuesday evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Fantastic infrastructure as they look to develop the game of cricket here in this region as well. Phatom Doha, they got Sadat at the top of the order with Firoz and Shafiq, Yashwant, Sanaj. They got Sunej and Najim and Ibn Raj, Mohammad Shamal, Avis Riaz is bowling quick, Famiz and Saad Sajad. That's the team, Phatom Doha.
Looks like a balanced side, actually. They have some quick bowlers, some very good spinners, and batting on the top. They have done pretty well in the first match, and they will be looking to capitalize on that win. Here's Nazim. Spin being introduced, and this could be a run out, and that is a run out. This is a suicide. The non-striker just giving it shots, was never in control of the scoring that single.
That's the pressure of not getting boundaries away. Under immense pressure to get the boundary away. Lost into that. Watching the fielder on that occasion. Look at this one, looking to clobber the ball through the onside, not quite getting the timing. He was looking at the ball rather than his partner was way down the pitch, and there was no time for him to recover. And fielder choosing the right end to make a throw, and successful in getting another wicket. It's 5 for 2 now. In serious trouble, the team Bangla Tigers.
Rightly said, Devinder. This was never a run, and the non-striker was following the ball and not his counterpart. The batsman never called for a run, but the non-striker was into that early run. One more wicket goes down. We are into the 3rd over, which is the last over of this power play, mandatory power play. Fielding has been changed. There's a deep mid-wicket that's been sent down. There is a long-on fielder. These are the 2 fielders outside the circle. This ball has been bowled wide.
Point and 3rd man. 2 men on the boundary. The level of umpiring has been quite good in this tournament. Consistent with the decision making, especially run outs. Gets it over the top of extra. Might not travel to the boundary. Just lobbing it over that fielder.
That was sent over the inner circle to the extra cover region for a single.
Again missing the ball outside the upper stump. Wanted to heave it straight down the ground. Bowling around the 4th stump with slower deliveries. The leg cutters and seam up deliveries. That's been the combination that he's trying to utilize to get the maximum purchase out of this wicket. This time he flicks the ball away on the onside, and handsomely done, and that might not go to the boundary.
It was sent to the mid-wicket area, and the fielder just managing to hold the ball before the boundary line. Batsman taking 2 comfortable runs. Not much of a score on the board. There was again a run that the non-striker wanted to steal, but then ball going straight to the square leg fielder. just manages to be increased at the last minute.
A dismal start to the contest so far for the team Bangla Tigers after winning the toss and batting first, losing 2 wickets as well, including that run out. This has been good, accurate, effective bowling from the team Phatom Doha. Fast bowlers bowling in combination, one hitting deck and getting the ball to bounce, the other one preferring to swing the ball around, and then the third bowler Nazim looking to just use his variations. That's been the different modalities that they've been able to use it quite effectively. Sumon Ahmad out for 1, and Imon also perished, run out, was watching the ball rather than watching his partner and listening to his call. 9 for 2 after 3 overs. Again, great start in the bowling department from Phatom Doha fast bowlers, and that's what he said. The captain at the toss was of the opinion that they want to use their fast bowlers, they want to check how well they bowl in the first 3 overs, and the bowlers have responded appreciably by taking wickets as well as maintaining good line and length as well.
Bangla Tigers just managed those 9 runs out of the power play, which was the 3 overs, and losing early wickets.
2 men on the boundary, one at fine leg, one at long on the onside. That will be wide.
That's sent wide of the leg stump, and batsman just didn't want to touch that. An extra run comes in the total of Bangla Tigers. It's 10 for 2 effectively from those 3 overs.
Is it necessary to spread the field, because they were so good with field up, only conceding 9 runs in 3 overs? The moment the field restrictions lifted, they decided to spread the field around.
Nicely bowled into the pads, no room, just managing to sneak in that single. Coming to a point, Devinder, yes, it might not sometimes be very, very necessary if the bowling unit is confident of themselves to bowl those extra overs after the power play, wherein runs are not conceded. Just that it's a shorter format of the game and batsmen might go wild. That's the reason the captain spreads some of his players to the boundaries.
2 on the onside on the boundary, 3 on the offside, third man point, a man at the long off position. What's on offer? Full delivery, but it's a wide again.
That moment, and then you bowl that leg stump area and then it goes for a wide. This is what these bowlers have to work on. They have some good pace, they have some good experience which has to be put into effect here.
It's conditioning that is required to consistently land the ball in the areas. That's the fielder at the long off, who is very, very straight from long run up. Abish Riaz runs into bowl. This time clobbered away through the onside, and that will go over the boundary for a 6. Trying to break the shackles, he got the ball in the areas where he fancied.
Batsman coming under the pitch of that ball, and this time uppish and high and handsome. Much needed 6 this time for Bangla Tigers. They have not seen many runs in first 3 overs. This was much required. The 2 officiating umpires here, Prasanna and Mohammad Usman, doing a wonderful job on behalf of QCA. They have been very good pillars for this umpiring unit here in Doha under Qatar Cricket Association.
Mid-wicket comes inside the circle, looking to inspect the field. Now they're sending him back on the boundary. 3 fieldsmen on the boundary on the onside. Man at the square position, mid-wicket and long on, who is slightly wide. Here is Riaz. Gets some part of bat or not, but it is going to go away to the boundary for 4. 6 followed by a 4.
He wanted to hook that ball because it was always coming to that shoulder height outside the leg stump, and any batsman in the world would do the same, getting that tickle, helping the ball just to cross that boundary for 4.
Can they reach somewhere 100 to make it competitive? There is some help for the fast bowlers, and the opening burst from the fast bowler was quite effective. The line and lengths and taking wickets as well in the first 3 overs. Now looking to accelerate a bit in order to stay afloat in this competition, in this contest. The Bangla Tigers losing their first match, so it's a must-win situation for them. Good shot. Makes a fantastic connection over a square leg into the stands for a 6.
That was a copy shot, but this one more bat on that ball. Similar to the previous one, but this time, as I said, more bat onto the ball. And it was sliding towards that leg stump area and above the square leg. It's been sent to the stands for a 6.
The incoming delivery played with the angle, with the swing, and timed it well to clear the boundary over the square leg for a 6. So 6-4-6. He's leaking runs since the second over. Riaz into bowl to Kabir, and Kabir is beaten with a wide-ish delivery and wide-ish signal by the umpire as well.
That's way outside the off stump. And yes, somebody had to come up to the bowler and talk to him, give him some confidence. He's been bowling good. He bowled a wonderful first over. Took a wicket as well. But here he is leaking runs. So the keeper rightly going to the bowler and talking to him.
Gets the top edge. Chance fielder. Late realization. Was opportunity. It was in the air for a long time. With better awareness about his positioning and where the ball was coming, could have taken this catch.
Absolutely, it was in the air for some time. The fielder had a good amount of time to catch that ball, but just missing. Late realization, as you said, Devinder. That's not what we expect in the field and at such stage of cricket.
Can hit a boundary to finish the over. Gets it behind, in front of a square on the onside, and they want 2 runs. Throw was wild one, and 2 runs taken. Very expensive second over from Avis Riaz, conceding 26 in his 2 overs, and the score is 32 for 2. Some redemption in the betting department.
Yes, absolutely. Bangla Tigers just cashing on this over. Although first over of Aves was very wonderful over, if you can see that bowling department. 3 bowlers used so far. Aves going for maximum 26 runs of those 2 overs, wherein the maximum runs came in from the second over. 1 wicket taken. 4 overs have been bowled. The score is 32 for the loss of 2 wickets. Here we are with the points table, group wise.
Earlier today, Star CC registering their second victory in the tournament, and they are with the positive net run rate as well, 3.19 in Group C encounter. But in Group A, Phatom Doha winning their first match with 2 points, and Bangla Tigers losing their first match, and also they are in with a negative net run rate, minus 0.8. Phatom Doha have started this proceeding quite well to stay at the top of the table in Group A.
And as we see other groups as well, some teams winning convincingly, pocketing those 2 points, making sure they make the qualifiers. And right now, Bangla Tigers are as well just trying to be in the contest. If they win this match, they might well think of winning the third one as well.
Introduction of a spin. Sunez has been given the ball from the QCA end.
That was bowled outside the off stump. Batsman with the big heap just managing to edge it, the bottom edge, And straight back to the bowler. No runs. Dot ball to start with. Again, similar delivery. Similar shot. Never in control of hitting that shot. This is an outside off-stump ball, and this was angling a bit inside. But similar shot offered. No runs. This one been driven on the onside for a single. Again, the shot has been very, very similar. Just that he managed to put some bat on it. No boundaries so far in this over. 2 dots and 1 single. Superb bowling display there. Sunej is doing the job for his captain, for his team. Just 1 run conceded so far in his 4 balls. Wonderfully bowled.
Gets edge. Will get some runs here as well. 2 more runs. The length has been immaculate. Challenging the batter. He's drawing him forward, but he's not prepared to leave the crease.
This is what we exactly expect from spin bowlers. Devendra, we have been seeing these spin bowlers, and this is exactly the lengths they have to bowl. These are the areas wherein they have to spin the ball.
Can he finish the over well? Good shot. And will trickle into the boundary. Poor effort from the fieldsman. Had all the time to curtail that boundary, but getting boundary of the final ball of his over.
No, he did not finish that over well. Yes, there was a chance. The fielder had to dive down to stop that boundary. 4 for the taking there. 5 overs have been bowled. 39 for 2 Bangla Tigers.
And there will be change in voices in the commentary box. It's going to be Mikhail Vaswani and Raja.
Thank you very much, Devendra. Good evening to all our viewers tuning into a live broadcast from the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Day 6, match number 12. Bangla Tigers winning the toss and batting first. And at the halfway stage, 40 for 2. They'll need some repair work here to get to that 100 figure.
It's been a reasonable start at the moment. They've lost 2 wickets in the process. They haven't really got going with their run rate though, which would be a concern. So they would need a lot of escalation at this stage of the innings.
Ivan introduced. Oh, he goes big, but he's got a lot of height on this one. 3 fielders converging into it, and it falls just ahead of him. Did well to give that a chase. Tried hard to get underneath that one. Each time the ball goes high up in the air, remember, it swerves in the wind as well. So never easy to judge a catch that's gone as high as that. But a very good effort. But have to say another chance goes down.
Yeah, we'll come back to that catch. But this time it was short, and it's a streaky shot. It's gone straight into the hands of the fielder. Feroz, I think, took that catch. 2 shots, both not being middled and timed, and another one falls for Bengal Tigers in the process.
Oh yes, ball pitched outside off, trying to play that towards the mid-wicket region. Was in no position for that pull, rather too close to pull as well. Another wicket falls. Kabir has to depart, was looking so good. He was setting up for a very nice innings, 24 of 16. A set batsman walks back to the dugout. And Bangla Tigers, each time they've looked good to accelerate, they've lost a wicket.
I think the wicket also has been on the slower side, a touch on the slower side today. And one of the indications of that was the shot, that last shot of course. The batsman threw the shot a little bit early, and the ball taking a top edge, ballooning in the air. A simple catch. Robbie in the meantime has made his way out in the middle. He played a belligerent knock last time he was out there in the middle.
Once again looks to go big, but that's a nothing shot. Has he found the fielder? Not really. It falls in no man's land, and they run the second. Oh, almost hurting himself in the process. Desperate dive to get back into the crease, but I just don't understand the approach at the moment. They've just lost a wicket, and once again he just threw his bat at that one.
I think those last three deliveries have been quite reminiscent of each other. The batsmen were hurried on to their shots on each occasion. The ball ballooning up in the air. One of them ended up being a catch. So the pattern seems to be quite similar in between these deliveries in terms of the shots being played.
This time does not find the sweet spot of the bat. So the plan is clear here for Irfan. He will launch into anything that's in his arc, but at the moment he's not finding that. Meanwhile, Rabi, as Raza pointed out, played a very fine innings in the last game for the Bangla Tigers. He will have a job to do.
He has this habit of getting his side out of jail even in domestic cricket. Comes in crucial junctures such as this one, and more often than not, ends up rescuing his side.
This time just drifting down the leg side, takes some part of the glove if I'm not wrong. Yes, it's trickling down to the fine leg boundary. Fine leg was positioned inside the 30-yard circle, and this has indeed come from the bat. So it's 4 runs. Rabi is off the mark, and the Bangla Tigers won't be complaining at the moment.
Yeah, welcome runs here for Bengal Tigers, and it's good for them that Rabi has gotten off the mark with a boundary. He'll feel good about himself after this. Needs that confidence.
But a poor delivery to a new batter. He's just come in and you've helped him with a ball drifting down leg.
And this time again it's a streaky looking shot, and an opportunity spilled there by Nazim. It was a simple catch, should have been taken.
Catch is being dropped at regular intervals over here. The problem with Phatom has been their fielding this evening. Though they may have the advantage in the field at the moment, restricting Bangla Tigers to 50 for 3 in 6. But they have had their chances as well. Kabir just departing some time back after a well-made 24. Simone and Imon not able to contribute. And at the moment, repair work done by Irfan and Rabi. 16 runs between them in 9 deliveries. They'll need this partnership to continue. And it needs to come at a brisk rate as well.
As we look at that bowling card there, Feroz started off really well as he usually does. Just the one of his 1 over. Right, going back to that dropped catch in the last over. Rabi is not the man you want to drop. At this stage of the innings, he has the ability, more than capable, of changing the game and taking it away from the opposition. This time it was pitched way outside the off stump, and he's taken full toll of that one, swinging it as hard as he could, and away it goes for yet another maximum in this Ooredoo Presents Ramadan T10.
That was a power hit. He drilled it, and this is what happens when you drop a batter like Rabi. You cannot give them chances. He's looking very dangerous. 11 and 3 already. The impetus is coming by. Shorter this time. Quicker in pace. Just getting good carry.
That was a good comeback delivery there. He was under the hammer, under the pump after that shot by Rabi. And this time he's gone again. He's got a good piece of it. He smacked it right out of the boundary.
What a shot this has been from the bat of Rabi. He is just teed off in emphatic style and dispatched it over the cow corner region. 17 and 5 already. He's playing the magical innings here for the Bangla Tigers, much to the cheer of the crowd as well. That was right out of the screws.
And the rescue job once again in his hands, and he started off extremely well here. And this time was a bit flatter, pitched outside, way outside the off stump, and in fact the umpire signals that as a wide.
The pressure is telling on Sunaj. He's really confused with that length. The back of the length ball has been carted for a 6. The full length ball has been carted for a 6. He's trying to keep it wide outside the batter. What a contest between bat and ball. Once again, outside the off stump. That's the line he's adopting. Just trying to preempt the charge as well.
Yeah, I think he's got the length right on that one. Line is just a bit too wayward. I think he needs to bowl that length with the kind of pace that he's bowling at the moment. The earlier two occasions it was flatted up and Rabi took full toll of that. Maybe just think about bowling that pace. And that's that kind of a line. That's exactly where he needs to be with that pace.
Lucky enough not to get some turn there, else it could have crashed into the stumps as well. Rabi is playing a gem of an innings, a cameo for certain. Another tossed up delivery, this time giving that wild swing. On 2 occasions he's missed it. Good comeback here by Sunaj. Never easy when you're under the cosh.
Yeah, making the batsman stretch there, and on that occasion the ball going straight on. Not much of off spin on offer on this pitch for Sunaj, but yet another dot ball, so he's made an excellent comeback in this. Oh, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Oh, absolutely fantastic this match so far. Robbie, I was just wondering why he wouldn't bat up the order, especially in T10 cricket.
We understand the line, the cliche, you save the best for the last, but in T10 you save the best for the first, as simple as that, because your start more often than not decides the end. And I'm really surprised, much like you, Raza, that Rabi is getting to face only 18 to 20 deliveries in the end of it. Not a great idea here, and not great approach and plan by the Bangla Tigers.
In the meantime, Feroz comes back into the attack. I'm trying to remember the last time batsmen were able to take him to cleaners. Well, it's either my memory that doesn't serve me right, or he just hasn't been dominated at all by a lot of batsmen, or by any batsman so far.
Taken on the full, just hitting on the top end of the bat. Once again, trying to overhit that one. Irfan Ahmed. But the good news for the Bangla Tigers is that Rabi will be on strike now. And if he can get maximum strike, you can expect maximum runs as well.
Yeah, this will be an interesting contest. I think on that last occasion it was too quick as well for Irfan. Got onto him way too quickly, did Feroz.
Mid-off is up in the circle.
Got raw pace, Feroz. And it will not be easy to hit him straight down the ground, and that's probably one reason why the captain's got mid-off up in the ring.
What he's done in the process, he has a deep mid-wicket, and he has a long on in position. And he also has a sweeper cover, third man fine leg. 3 on the off inside the circle, 1 on the leg inside the circle. So the opportunities are there as well. There are some vacant spaces.
And this time it was touch footer, but not being able to time it. It goes straight to that solitary fielder at short cover. Again, raw pace. one of the fastest going around in this tournament, that's for sure. It'll be interesting to see if the Bengal Tigers change the strategy a little bit, maybe try to dab him down the third man, play the scoop perhaps, a bit of innovation to break the shackles at this stage.
Once again, that hard length, just can't get that away. What fine exhibition of pace bowling here by Firoz. He's conceded few runs in his spell, and that's the highlight of a death bowler. You do the job for your captain.
It's really difficult to play a forceful shot against that kind of pace, so I think the best option these batsmen have is to work with pace rather than against it. It's the latter that they've been trying to do, unfortunately.
Again, it's that hard length, that back of the length with some pace and carry as well. That was steep bounce. And more often than not, as you rightly pointed out, yes, the wild swings will keep coming at this stage, but not a bad idea to play through the line sometimes.
Absolutely. Maybe try to play that glide through the point region, or a scoop through fine leg. There is a fieldsman though to fine leg, so maybe a pull down to square leg. There's nobody patrolling that area at deep square leg.
Look at that movement. Wonderful movement. And a top over, he conceded 1 in his first, and he's conceded only 3 in his second, which means in 2 overs, Firoz has bowled a dream spell, conceding only 4 runs, and this by far can also be labelled as a match-winning performance if the Phatom Doha team go on to win this fixture.
Oh, he's a top bowler, absolute champion, and he's shown it once again. 2 overs, just the 4 runs as you pointed out, and this has to be one of the most significant performances in this tournament so far. As we look at that partnership, it was derailed for sure by Firoz in that last over. It's 25 still of 16 runs despite what happened in the last over. Robbie has been the main contributor, and since there is a spinner coming back into the attack, it'll be interesting to see if he can take him to cleaners. He's on strike, and that's exactly what Bengal Tigers need at the moment. More strike to Robbie. Well, I beg your pardon, it's Irfan Ahmed on strike right now. I think he's got to maneuver the strike a little bit, give it back to Robbie, get him on strike.
Yes, give him as many deliveries out of 12, and he can easily double it as well. Irfan 13 and 9, Robbie 18 and 12. He's pulled this one, but he's dragged it onto the stumps. Irfan departs, once again trying to overhit that one, trying to put a lot of power behind that shot, and he drags it onto the stumps.
Yeah, one thing I would like to see more of in this tournament is batsmen playing more metacognitively than just throwing their hands at everything. He's tried that shot a few times in this match. It hasn't worked. Try to do something different.
In the process, what he's done, he's kept Robbie off strike. It's created a dot ball and also resulted in a wicket. And in the death, you don't want these situations. Nevertheless, Irfan was looking good for 13 and 10. He departs, but the Bangla Tigers have just not been in the jungle this evening. They've been everywhere else.
Well, it seems like they've been caged for sure.
Rather tamed.
For them, they would be hoping that they are rather cornered so they can be at their most aggressive. Oh, this time an outside edge, and a brilliant catch there by Awais. We haven't seen many of those in this tournament. Acrobatic, stretching his hands out and taking an absolute blinder.
You can call that a screamer. That's because it's a one-handed catch. The ball was traveling, took the edge, the fielder, third man, just put his hands, and he manages to take a stunner, and in the process, 2 wickets and 2 deliveries fall. What a catch. Catches win matches. Nazim on a hat-trick now. All happening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium.
Catch of the tournament by far, I think. And it wasn't a fluke by any stretch of the imagination. Good technique, actually.
And Rabi would be screaming his lungs out, give me strike. Gentlemen, give me strike. At the non-striker's end, he's watching a collapse unfold in front of him.
Yeah. Poor cricket, really. Got to be able to read the game better at this stage. You've just come into bat. Rotate the strike.
2 wickets to fall. The first one dragged on to the stumps. Nazim striking in his very first delivery of the 9th over. And then Faisal looking for that big glory shot, only to find the top edge and beautifully being taken at the third man region, short third man. 2 wickets in 2 balls, and what a start to Nazim's 9th over. And he's on a hat-trick.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of a shot Rachel is going to play on this delivery. First ball. No change in field. And once again, he goes across the line. We'll have to wait for the umpire signal. He's giving it out, and that's the first hat-trick of this T10 Ramadan tournament. And what a time to get it.
Nazim it is. He creates his record of sort over here, creates history as he becomes the first bowler in the QCA Ramadan T10 to account for 3 wickets in 3 deliveries and get a hat-trick. This time again, a very poor shot selection there by Rachel. Trapped in front, no hesitation for Mohammad Usman. And at the moment, Bangla Tigers are being sent back to the dugout one after the other as Phatom Doha have taken full control of the game.
Yeah, talking about going back to the dugout, I think they've been dug out today. And they haven't really helped their cause. Having a look at that shot, it just bamboozles me why someone would play that shot at this stage of the innings. It was a hat-trick ball.
And this is where maturity comes into play. This is where a little bit of thinking, alertness comes into play. And that's why it's very important for Rabi to go up to the batters walking in saying, just take a single, rotate the strike and get me to face as many deliveries. We've not seen Rabi going up to his batters and telling them to give strike. You have to talk to your new batters coming in. Bangla Tigers have just thrown it away.
And once again, an aggressive shot, and this could be a run out. Could be the 4th wicket in this over. This is turning out to be a collapse of epic proportions.
Oh my God, what are we witnessing here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium? 4 wickets in 4 balls of the 9th over. All first 4. A hat-trick and now a run out. A poor shot caught on the back foot. Good flat throw at a bounce taken by Nazim. And well short of his crease over there. Wicket number 4 falls for Bangla Tigers. It's a procession out there in the middle. As Rabi has watched his team just abandon him. I'll tell you what, it's a movie panning out over here, and the director is from Phatom Doha. 4 wickets in 4 deliveries at the moment in the 9th over. This was wicket number 1, trying to pull it towards the mid-wicket region, dragging it on. Nazim striking for the first time. Then came in Faisal, was looking for the big hit over mid-wicket, gets the top edge, and a wonderful stunner taken at short third man. One-handed catch over there. The 3rd wicket was the batter trapped right in front, and that also gave the bowler his hat-trick, and he created history then, Nazim. And the 4th was a run-out, a very poorly executed pull straight to the fielder at mid-wicket, a flat throw, and he was well shot. A dot ball, Rabi missing out this time, but he can do not much at this point in time.
Yeah, I think they've just thrown it away in this over for sure. Have the Bengal Tigers. To say that they've been sloppy would be an understatement. Right up in the block hole, he would just get a single on that occasion.
What an over we've seen. The last one conceded 3, this one conceding only 1 and getting 4 wickets. Phatom Doha are creating some magical moments in the middle, and Nazim is part of it as well. 2 overs for him, 6 runs and 3 wickets. Easily a contender for one of the top performers of the evening as well. Acknowledging his teammates' pat and high fives at the moment. Bangla Tigers are all over the place.
And certainly not roaring at this stage. Looking at that last over, what would their captain be telling them in the dugout? Got to do better than just throwing your wickets away. It's been some ordinary cricket played by their batters, have to say. It's been some really good bowling, yes. But when you have somebody like Rabi at the non-striker's end, you've got to do better than just slogging it away with not much in your repertoire as far as your skills are concerned as a batsman.
Oh yes, and that's where shot selection, application comes into play. You have to be very, very sure about the scorecard, the situation. But at the moment, the Bangla Tigers have just not applied themselves like how they should have. Ivan Raj to bowl the final over.
They need a few big strikes in this over. 2 or 3 big ones out of the boundary could do them a world of good. This time, is it one of them? He's found the gap for sure. There is no fieldsman out there. And we'll have to wait for the umpire signal whether it was a 6 or a 4. It's been signaled as a 4, but a boundary of the first ball of the over, and that could as well set the cat amongst pigeons here.
Rabi taking things into his own hands, deciding that it's all for him to play now. And it'll be best for Bangla Tigers if he faces the next 5 deliveries as well. This time just once again throwing the kitchen sink at that one.
And he comes once again. It was slow in pace. He's got the outside edge. There is protection down there. Shoulder third man. It goes straight to him. Rabi not very keen to rotate strike at this stage, and rightly so. He's got to keep the strike in his hand. He's the man.
Intentions clear for Rabi, 23 in 16. Nice delivery, livid with himself, a little frustrated as well. He felt he had a chance to play that, but a very fine delivery, back of the length, quicker in pace.
Good piece of bowling, good reading of the game. He's pegged the length back a little bit. Rabi is looking for that ball a touch fuller, around about that half volley mark. He's not giving it to him.
Once again, look at the carry from the good length spot. He's appealing for something. Well, maybe being ambitious over here. 1 for the over signal by Prasanna Haran. 2 very fine umpires in operation, Mohammad Usman and Prasanna Haran. They've done a very fine job, and they've been spot on with their decision making this evening.
Well, the number of times the batsmen have tried to heave the ball across the line today, if ever you got a penny for each time a batsman did that, you would be a millionaire. And once again, it was wide on that occasion though. Really been surprised why the batsmen haven't really tried to play a square of the wicket on either side. A much better option when it comes to facing fast bowling.
A little surprised with that call as well. Just got the impression the bowler must be feeling a touch disappointed there. I felt he bowled a very hard length and got good carry and was within that white danger line. This time throws the bat at it. Has he got enough on it? Yes, he has. That's a power hit, and that's what Rabi can do when he gets going. Nothing bad in the delivery. It's just that the shot was wonderfully executed.
Oh, he's a little dynamite, this kid, and looking at that shot, timed it. That's all he did. Stayed back, made sure it comes off the meat of the bat. Not a lot of power in that, but enough to carry it over the boundary for a 6, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
He's been trying that for a while, and finally they executed that as well. Final delivery of this innings. Slower delivery, taking the pace off it, an off cutter, and that'll be another run out, another wicket as well, as they fold on 79 for 8, the Bangla Tigers. They've crawled to that total of theirs. It's been a very, very iffy and mediocre batting effort.
Yeah, they've made this bowling look much better than it actually was. Take nothing away from the likes of Feroz, who's bowled magnificently throughout this tournament. However, it was some substandard shot play, shot selection, I would say. Extremely monotonous in nature, and most of the batsmen just trying to eye that onside region, that cow corner. Got to do better than that as we look at that batting card. Rabi Muhammad, the star of the show once again, held this innings together, otherwise it would have been a lot worse. Look at that, 4 zeros, Hatra 0 right at the bottom there. And bit of a pattern, each one of them facing one delivery each.
Hardly any heroes, many zeros here. Well, that's been the story for them. Not many runs on the board, wickets have fallen in quick succession, regular intervals. The bowling card, oh my God, you can have this pinned up to the wall there in the dugout of Phatom Doha. 3 for 6 for Nazim, a hat-trick for him. 2 overs for Firoz, only 4 runs. He bowled with a lot of pace and hostility. And then you had even Ivan bowling 1 for 21 in his 2. It's been a wonderful bowling performance, particularly by Nazim. The evening belonged to him as he broke the back of the Bangla Tigers and never allowed them to go. Talking about Nazim, what an evening he's had. Just the right time to also see his hat-trick once again. He created ripples in the middle.
Oh, absolutely. Well, look at that first delivery here by Nazir. And that one was chopped onto the stumps. That's how it all started. Head nowhere, but take nothing away from the line and length. It was coming back in, a hard length, and that second delivery here, trying to play across the line, outside it, and a fantastic catch there by Awais. That was 2 and 2. Third delivery should have been stopped in my occasion and played, in my opinion, and played defensively. However, the batsman for some reason had a brain fade, trying to hit that across the line with a fantastic delivery, going on to hit the stumps. Out in my book, out in anyone's book, any day of the week, any day of the year. This was the 4th wicket actually that came in that over, and it was the 4th wicket on the trot. A run out. No, it wasn't so bad under the circumstances. Could have been a blessing in disguise because it brought Rabi back on strike, but it brought a bit of disgrace to this Bangla Tigers innings, that's for sure.
Oh yes, the struggle was shown and pretty evident and well documented for the Bangla Tigers. They were just not able to score freely and free their arms. For that matter, Phatom Doha, fielding and bowling, they showed all the discipline that they had to bring in. And this means that when they come out, they'll have to get a little over 70 to chase down this target and secure a win in this particular game. We'll head into a short break, but when we come back, we get you the chase. Good evening and welcome to the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. The chase is on for Phatom Doha. This after they put across a very fine bowling effort in the middle. And they'll be up against a bowling attack that will be eager to curtail them to within the target set by Bangla Tigers. Match on here. Shafiq to open the innings for Phatom Doha. 2 matches for him, 17 runs. Phatom Doha chasing 70 odd runs in this game in 10 overs in the com box. Giving me company is Raza Anjum, as we also see the profile of Yashwant R.
Shafiq got a bit unfortunate in the last game. Got run out after he was off to a good start. And he starts off really well into his pads, helping it over the fine leg fielder. It won't quite run away for a boundary, but he will come back for the third.
Intentions clear, approach very, very clear as well. They'll not waste time in getting to the target of 80.
Yeah, an ideal line and length to play that kind of a pull behind square leg. In comes Rakibul for second ball. It's over. And he's hit that straight down the ground. He's found the gap. It will land safely. Coming back for another couple.
So Yashwant has walked out with some intent and is executing it very well in the middle. Remember, as you get to the business end, when teams are on even keel, the net run rate plays a very important role. Taken on the full this time, in the gap. Ball has enough legs to go towards the extra cover boundary, but it's been nicely fielded. We'll have to wait for confirmation, but that was a very good attempt to keep it to 3 runs.
I like the way he's batting slightly outside the crease, realizing there is not much pace in the bowler. Neither is Rakibul the most expressive bowlers around. The second delivery was a full toss, just nicely driving it. Minimum of effort there. And this time a good delivery, an absolute jeffer. That was the least of the deliveries you were expecting after those first 2 balls. Just pitched within the lines of within the line of the stumps, and then moving away, leaving the batsman just at the last second. Yeah, seam, and that's rare.
The ball holding its line, or they almost squared him up as well. Very good delivery. Never easy for bowlers when they don't have cushion. Nicely played towards backward point, in the gap. Enough legs for the ball to get to the boundary. It's a very fast outfield, let me tell you. Just using the pace. We talk about placement. This time around, it was 10 on 10.
Back foot, punch through the point, caressed away. It's one of the most prettiest shots when executed well. And on that occasion, it was played exceptionally well.
Wonderfully executed shot off the back foot, getting in line of the ball and punching it. This time on the full, but has he taken the catch? Edged and taken. Brilliant. Yes, he had to juggle for it. Yes, it popped out, but he kept his eyes on the ball. What a fine catch in the end, and a big wicket here for Bangla Tigers. They needed an early breakthrough, and this was travelling, but the wicketkeeper kept his calm and composure to hold on to this one.
Well, he showed with his first delivery that he can move the ball away from the batsman and not just swing it but seam it late so the batsman couldn't see it. And on that occasion, the ball taking the outside edge, and a fantastic effort there by the fielder, having the presence of mind after dropping that ball on the first attempt to just dive forward and secure it in his gloves. And as a result, Phatom have lost their first wicket for 1, and they need quite a few of those wickets if they are to make any kind of a comeback into this game. Bengal Tigers Once again, have a look at that replay. It was lobbed up and then full stretch drive, reminiscent of Jaunty Rhodes.
What a time to get a wicket. Just when Phatom Doha were opening up and freeing their arms, Arman introduced into the attack. Ball curving into the right-handed batter. Nice late swing there, late movement.
Yeah, we've seen swing already. The ball swinging back into the batsman. Early swing though, unlike what we saw in the first over, where the bowler was able to seam the ball around. Not easy to see that. And this time he's played it straight down the ground. There is a fieldsman at shot mid-off, so shot long off rather. So it will only be a single.
Interesting passage of play. Best opportunity for the Bangla Tigers to claw their way back into the game. A wicket or two here, and this contest is split wide open. At the moment, the chasing side will not want to bring in any panic in the dugout. That's because it's a regulation chase. They need to do things at 8 and over. A lot of movement in the field at the moment. Long off and long gone and deep mid wicket in position. Down the ground for a single towards mid-off.
Yeah, they've got a packed offside field here. And the two men outside the ring are at deep long on and deep mid wicket. I'm just trying to understand what they're trying to do here with their man bringing the ball back into the batsman and moving it away from the left-hander. In comes Arman, fourth ball of the over, and full. Not a lot of movement, but making sure he bowls it as close to that line as possible. Not easy to get underneath it, that wide yorker. It's become a bit of a trend used by bowlers from all around the world, especially in this format of the game.
Very tidy over so far, only two coming off it. Just angling down that to leg side. Mohammad Usman has been kept busy. A very fine team of umpires overseeing proceedings in the middle. Prasanna Haran at square leg as well, and Mohammad Usman officiating in this game.
And generally the standard of umpiring has been top notch. Quick single on that occasion and a wavered throw. There is a fieldsman backing up, so it will only be a single. Wouldn't cost them anything extra.
Bangla Tigers trying hard, trying everything they have to get another wicket.
It's been a good over again, and there seems to be a plan here, bowling it full. He moved a few deliveries away from the batsman and then bringing one back in, so he was setting him up for that. Another dot ball or a wicket can really bring them back. Just a single, so a tidy over. I think this game is probably just hanging by the thread, and I feel it's in the balance.
Yes, indeed. Our title sponsors, Ooredoo, are patrons for this Ramadan T10 Cup, presenting from the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. They've backed the league and the concept of domestic cricket, and they're helping the talent and grassroots cricket in the country thrive and grow. One of the finest telecom companies in this part of the world, Ooredoo, presenting the QCA Ramadan T10 powered by Elite Sports.
Yeah, they love their sports here in Qatar, that's for sure. And Ooredoo have put their hands up and organized and sponsored this event, leading by example and showing the way exactly how it needs to be done. And this time he's played it, and he's been able to clear the inner ring quite comfortably as well, just throwing his hands at it, no intention to keep that one down, and a boundary.
Oh, that was short and wide, and it was as if he was cutting a tree over there. That's how well he played and executed that shot, using the infield to best advantage and the restrictions as well. They have 5 more deliveries as the power play concludes after the end of the third over.
It was a cut into the heart of the Bengal Tigers, a certain cut in their hearts. Oh, a magnificent shot there. Brilliant. There was a man back there. He was put back there by the captain in response to that shot. Doesn't really matter.
This time plays it on the up. It was in the air for a while, but it was in the vacant area. So much of timing behind it. Back-to-back boundaries. And that's what happens when you're chasing a meager target. One over can completely tilt the favor.
It wasn't the easiest of lengths. He had to play through the line. Trust the bounce. This time it's an outside edge. It's gone over the head of the short third man fielder. And another boundary. A bit lucky, but it doesn't really matter if you are the batsman.
Edgy this time, but because he gave that a wild swing, it got enough bat on it to go over the third man region for a 4. So 3 consecutive 4s here for Phatom Doha, and they are finding a move on in this chase of theirs. 53 needed in 45 deliveries, and that asking rate is only a little over 7. Oh, he slammed that once again straight to the fielder at mid-off. That was firmly hit. I just like the way he got to the pitch of the ball. That was a very fine cricketing shot, just that it found the fielder.
Yeah. Hasn't really hit a shot in anger this evening, as Mohammad Fahmi's. Making sure he gets down to the pitch of the ball, timing it. Copybook stuff.
Goes high, but is it handsome? Not really, over the fielders and mid-on and mid-off, and they'll come back for the second.
Yeah, I think the idea was just to clear the inner field, and he did that to perfection. Another couple of runs. It's hard to curtail a batsman like that, particularly if he's playing on merit. And that's exactly what Mohammad Fahmi has been doing. 14 runs already of this over, and there's 1 ball to come. And this time he's helped it on its way. It will. Oh, well, that was a fantastic, a valiant effort there by Arman, I think it was. We'll have to probably wait for the umpire signal. They will probably go upstairs and check if that was a boundary, or they will check with the fielder perhaps if there was a boundary. Yeah, signaled as... well, we'll have a look at that again. Yeah, into his pads and just flicking it away to the onside. We are checking that.
We'll have to get a rather wait for confirmation from the on-field umpires. But for commitment, great effort there. Great commitment. 10 marks for the commitment. Just need to see if his boot was on the rope while just pushing that ball back into play.
I feel it was a boundary, but obviously we're not using the services of a third umpire in this tournament. And as we see, crowd trickling in nicely. They've come in numbers to watch this game on a Tuesday evening. And a good crowd in, given the fact that this is not a weekend in Qatar. They have come out here supporting this event. I think it's just the right time to welcome my co-commentator, Devinder, back into the commentary box. Devinder, How's it going?
Thank you, Raja. It's going quite well for the Phatom Doha in the chase, winning the first match, and today also in the chase, they're looking awesome. 31 for 1, utilizing the field restrictions to good effect, and shot making has been quite efficient. Good awareness about the field positioning, and then making sure that they've been able to hit the gaps.
Absolutely, they do look like one of the favorites of this tournament, particularly with the pace battery they've got. Bowlers who can bowl at 80 miles an hour, people like Feroz, top contenders for sure. 2 good deliveries in this over so far by Abdus, 2 dot balls. They need more of those.
There has been a lot of talk about bowling spin and facing spin. So against the fast bowlers, they've been quite effective, but with the pace taken off and the kind of accuracy that he's bowling with at the moment, Abdus, it will be different tempo required to play against the spin as well. The use of footwork at the same time, they need to find different areas to get runs as well.
Absolutely, and so far he's been right on the mark. As Abdus, just the 1 run of the over. 1 good over here can allow the Bengal Tigers to creep back into this game. Could this be the over?
The way Abdus is bowling at the moment, accurately attacking the stumps, any mistake, any mini mistake will result in a wicket. And they rely on spinners to get wickets.
And good bowling within the line of the stumps. A valiant effort to stop that ball in his run-up as well. Not quite able to, but only a single. So a single wouldn't do any harm at this stage, that's for sure.
Relatively new ball, and in 10 overs it's new. So it's not going to take a lot of turn because the pitch is flat and the ball is hard. So it's going to get some skid off the surface, but not going to get much purchase, much bite off the surface. There's a challenge for the spinner. Only through accuracy and proper line and length he can find some wickets. Otherwise, it will be a challenge.
Right, so five good balls there. He's got to finish well. Mohammad Fahmiz, on the other hand, would know that they haven't really been able to seize the initiative in this over, so he's got to put it away if he can. A pitch, a touch short, and he's cut it away. There is a fieldsman at point, so only be a single. A fantastic over under the circumstances.
Applying the brakes on the run scoring. Utilized the power play conditions really well against the fast bowlers. And the timing was brilliant, and shot making too. At this Asian Town Cricket Stadium, fantastic facilities. The breeze blowing across the ground as well. And this beautiful city of Doha, Qatar. An excellent camera work as well, covering each and every ball from such a tight angle. Under lights here, it's a spirit lifting experience and quite experience for local cricketers to come here and showcase their talent, and also inspire the next generation of cricketers to take up the sport as well. And for some players, it's about invoking the memories of watching some of the greats in the game in their childhood, and now still doing job at the same time, getting the opportunity to use their skills as well on the cricketing field.
Absolutely, international standards, this stadium. And we all remember the T10 league that was played here not too long ago, with the likes of Mohammad Hafiz, Hashim Amla, and so many other international stars coming here. Faisal has been brought into the attack. He will be miserly and is been able to take the outside edge there, straight to the short third man, and they've picked up a really crucial wicket here.
Because the previous over against this spinner was a challenge, so they decided to continue with the same flow against the fast bowler. The length was immaculate, and so was the line. A little bit of extra tennis ball bounce, looking to hit through the onside, getting the leading edge, and a simple catch was offered, and which was accepted gleefully by the fieldsman there. That extra bounce, the tennis ball bounce, that length, that continuing to generate wickets for the fast bowlers. A wicket that might just give a little bit of sniff to the opposition, to the bowling unit, to come back in the contest. If they take 1 or 2 more wickets in quick succession, all of a sudden you will see the required rate shooting up, and then airy fairy shot from the batters, and hence there could be a few wickets as well.
And Faisal is the man to do it. He's really miserly from what I've seen of him. Deadly accurate. We just come in and bowl stump to stump, hit those hard lengths, bowl those difficult lines, getting the ball to seam around a bit. This is an interesting passage of play here. They've just lost a wicket and they've got two of their best bowlers working in tandem.
And they're working quite well. The previous over setting the tone, bringing back that momentum in their team's favour by not allowing easy free scoring, and then T10, 1 over, makes a big difference. Shot, powerfully struck, and it's gone all the way for a 6.
Yeah, that's the issue though, that the Bengal Tigers have got. Just one good shot will take the momentum away. They haven't got many runs to play with, and it's not the biggest of boundaries in the world. It didn't quite come with the meat of the bat, I think, but because of the size of the boundary, sails across for a 6.
A good shot. Awareness about the conditions as well. A little bit of tennis ball bounce available on this pitch, so he opened the face of the bat. He wanted to slice the stroke rather than looking to hit it straight down the ground, which is a good choice, by the way. Short lifting delivery, a quick one.
A bit of sweet chin music there. What a comeback. An excellent reply by the bowler.
That's a typical fast bowler's response after being hit for a 6.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. And the batsman taking his eyes off the ball. Well done, sir.
Must have seen the South African fast bowlers running in, bowling those short pitch bounces. This time it's been cracked away. He has found the response, and the response is thunderous one. It's a 6.
Top quality cricket here, all round. A fantastic delivery. And then the next ball, he stands back and smashes it. Pulls it straight down the ground. Not many sixes you see coming straight down the ground with a pull, but that one was executed to absolute perfection.
Enticing duel. 6, then getting beaten by Jaffa, and then responding with a flat-pitted 6. What's on offer? A wicket will make it even more entertaining.
This has been one of the best overs of the tournament so far. We've seen some top quality bowling and equally good quality batting as well from Shafiq.
2 matches scheduled for tomorrow as well in QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022. Today the day number 6, match number 12. They need 33 runs to win in 5.2 overs. The Doha Phatom, who won their first match as well. On course, cruising along. Little lull after the completion of the mandatory power play overs, 3 overs, but they're back again in the chase.
That's excellent cricket there by Shafiq. It's really good to see. He knows he's got 2 boundaries of the over and then dabbing one away for a single, getting off strike. Excellent game awareness.
They will take another run here. 2 sixes, 2 singles and a wicket as well. It had everything. The bouncer, a pull straight down the ground, an inside out stroke, and some smart singles as well. It is shooting up once again. 49 for 2.
Yeah, I like that curve after the 4th over, the point where they met each other, and then that red worm, almost as if it was deceiving the blue one and just soaring up north. It's come back to meet the blue worm once again, so it's been not the most tango-ish kind of a relationship between the two, but they do meet sometimes.
8 wickets in hand. Looking at the conditions, also the bowling options that they possess, the Bangla Tigers, if they don't win today, they will almost be knocked out of the tournament. A lot of fan following for the Bangla Tigers. not getting enough runs on the board.
This time he's played it away through the offside. There is a fieldsman. There, we'll cut that one off just for a single. I think the main difference between the two lineups have been the way their batsmen have gone about their shot selection. Bangla Tigers mainly opting to go across the line, not quite doing anything different in response to the bowling they were facing, whereas Phatom, we'll get back to it. Have a look at that. This is excellent cricket. You don't have to muscle every ball out of the park. You've got to take singles and build partnerships, play the ball on its merit, and that's what Phatom has done tonight.
Also the line of attack from Phatom bowlers, the line was around the fourth stump, and they hit back of line deliveries. The length has been quite similar, but lines, since they're giving them in their channel to work the ball through the onside, and that's where they've been able to get a lot of runs as well. While the bowlers from Phatom bowl well outside the upper stump, and they were not inclined to play any shots through the offside, and that's why they struggled to get runs. That's been the main difference.
Yeah, and is it that? He's launched it! Stand and deliver! Shafiq, you little beauty! That's his third six of the innings.
Go back in the history of the game in Test match cricket against Australia in the 2005 Ashes Test, Andrew Flintoff smoking the Australian bowlers to submission with those stand and deliver sixes down the ground.
Well, he looks to be in total domination mode at the moment. Well controlled, that six. This time it was a touch short. A good comeback from the bowler, beating him outside the off stump. But yeah, Shafiq, it's been a praiseworthy knock so far. It's got everything. He's tugged the ball around for singles and couples. He's hit some copybook boundaries. And this time he goes again, not quite getting hold of it. You'll be thinking about the single, and he comes back quite comfortably as there was a valiant effort at the boundary.
The fielding has been great. The commitment, but it's gone away to the boundary for 4. A complete commitment from the fieldsman. It was travelling, putting in a diving effort, sliding effort, but in the process going over the boundary ropes before he could release the ball. 62 for 2, good attendance on this terrific Tuesday evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Qatar. We got a lot of support. The Bangla Tigers, the team is almost on the verge of being knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah, it's sad to see lots of Bangla Tigers supporters out there in the crowd who would have expected a better performance from their team. Unfortunately, not to be. I think Phatom has just been too good on the night.
Spin. First lure into the attack.
And this time he goes back onto the back foot and punching it away to deep, long on. A technically correct looking stroke there.
17 to win from 3.5. How many overs will they take to get there? I'm sure next couple of overs.
Shouldn't really take them more than 2. With the way Shafiq is going at the moment, he's in a hurry to finish this one off. Mohammad Shamali is just coming. He's only faced 4 deliveries. He's quite happy to take the ball around for singles and doubles. And this time it was there to be hit short, and he's comfortably cleared that fielder at deep mid-wicket boundary. That's his first 6, and he brings it up in style.
If you're a spinner, dropping shot is a cardinal error, which was capitalized beautifully by the batter rocking back and smacking it over square for a 6.
Absolutely smoking that ball. And it's nice to see the kind of technique he used as well. Going back on the back foot, making sure he comes underneath it just bending a little bit to get that elevation, and then full swing of the arms.
This is match number 12 of the QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022. They need 9 runs to win from 3.2 overs. It's been an excellent display in bowling department, first from the team Phatom Doha, and then batsman responding beautifully. This time he hits it straight down the ground. The fielder can't get there. It's gone for a 6.
Yeah, the fielder there was just a mere spectator. Once again, Shafiq has been the star of the show tonight. It was in his zone, and he struck it mercilessly, much to the grief of the Bengal Tigers and all their supporters.
Pulled away. Take a single, will keep the strike as well. This has been complete team performance. Runs in chase, and before that an excellent performance in the bowling department as well. The partnership 43 of 17 after that lull, and the spinners were brought into the attack. Run making became difficult, but then Shafiq in particular playing those big shots, 36 of 19, making sure that the team is on the verge of a victory and is standing a chance of qualifying for the playoff.
Yeah, look to be in total control. Phatom Doha in this match. They've got a lot of bases covered. One side, one of the few sides that you can say that about. Firepower in the bowling department, some excellent fielders, and then they've got batsmen who can go out there, express themselves, play the big hits, but also take the strike around and build partnerships, which is rare.
Arman going for 5 runs in his solitary over. This will be different experience. Phatom on the verge of victory this time. He hits it hard. He's going back for the second. An excellent display in the batting department from the team Phatom Doha. This has been a tremendous performance, first with the ball and then with the bat, taking over all the boxes, and Phatom Doha winning by 8 wickets here, with plenty of time and overs left. This has been a complete, comprehensive team performance, and that's been the batting display, chasing a modest target. Shafiq getting 38 from 20 deliveries at the top of the order, and then Yashwant also making contribution, 10 of 6 and 20 of 11 from the blade of Famiz, and Shamal contributing 11 of 6. Just one extra. That's the only encouraging thing to have happened in favor of Bangla Tigers. The bowlers struggled, especially good start was the key. They managed to break it early, 1 for 26 from Rakibul Islam, and Abdus bowling 2 overs for 17, 1 for 14 in single over for Faisal, and Fazlur Rahman going for 16 in his solitary over. So a complete team performance. The batters responded to a total which was quite comfortable to be chased down. Rabi getting 29 of 20 and 24 of 16 from the blade of Kabir. Not enough runs on the board, and eventually Phatom Doha winning by 8 wickets. So 2 matches scheduled for tomorrow. We take a short break and we'll be back with the presentation.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the presentation ceremony of match number 12 on day 6 of Ooredoo Presents QCA Ramadan T10 Cup powered by Elite Sports. Phatom Doha took on Bangla Tigers in this fixture. Phatom Doha had won their previous game and were looking for another game to consolidate their position in the points table. For that matter, Bangla Tigers were desperate to stay alive in the tournament. Nevertheless, batting first, Bangla Tigers never got going and they found it very difficult to get to a sizable total as they finished on a paltry 79 for 8. Exceptional bowling, and the day belonged, rather the evening belonged to one man who really took centre stage with the ball. And in the chase, fair to say, Phatom Doha made little work of it as they went on to win this fixture by 8 wickets and 17 deliveries to spare. What a performance this by Phatom Doha as they secure 2 more points and look very good of making it into the playoffs. Well, we need to talk with both the captains first up. We'll call upon the captain of Bangla Tigers. If you could come along for a quick chat with us and tell us and give us a perspective on where things went wrong. कहाँ लगता है आपको चीज़ें आपके लिए थोड़े ख़राब हो गए? आपने टॉस जीता, बैटिंग किया, लेकिन रन्स उतने नहीं थे बोर्ड पे.
Actually, I think we couldn't score enough. So I think we are lack of like 30 runs. So if we could have scored more, then I think it will be easy for us to defeat that score. So that's it.
Still to get the points on the table at the moment, 2 matches, 2 losses. I hope you understand where your situation lies in the league stage.
Yeah. We are like we want to like focus on our next game and we want to finish it well. So I think if we can finish it well, then we will get some hope and it will encourage us for like next year. So that's our hope right now.
What's the discussion in the dugout after today's game?
Yeah, we didn't do any discussion yet. So I think after finish all this stuff, we will sit together and we will try to find out what our problem was, where we need to improve our game. So that's it.
You have a lot of fan following back home. They've all tuned into the broadcast and we're hoping the Bangla Tigers win this game.
Yeah, they are hoping. I think we couldn't like give them a great win. So I think it was hard luck for them, also for us. So we would like to give them a win at least the last game, so that will like encourage them for like in future.
All the very best. We hope you finish on a high.
Inshallah. Thank you for that.
Well, that's the captain of Bangla Tigers. Just the right time to also call upon the captain of the winning team of Phatom Doha, Sadat, for a quick chat. He's smiling. He's happy. His team has won 2 games. अच्छा लग रहा होगा आपकी टीम बेहतरीन परफॉर्मेंस कर रही है. बल्ला हो या गेंद हो, परफॉर्मेंस तो अच्छा जा रहा है.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. First, thanks to Allah Almighty. You know, our players are playing as we expected. That is what we are seeing in the ground.
Just want to talk about the strengths in your playing 11. You're more of a batting-oriented side that bats deep, or you'll have bowlers for all situations?
We are a group of all-rounders. We all can, 11 players can bat and bowl. That is our strength.
What do you think is a safe total batting first? Of course, you all were chasing this time. You all did it with 8 wickets and 17 deliveries to spare. But if you're batting first on a surface like this, what's a good safe target?
Plus 100 runs is safe according to our bowling standards.
Right, Sadat, you've done well. Your team has done well. 2 wins, 4 points, looking good for the playoffs. All the very best in your final game.
Thank you very much.
Captain of the winning team of Phatom Doha, Sadat. Just the right time to also call upon and invite our guest of honor for this evening, Asadullah Khan. He is the head coach of the national cricket team of Qatar, and he's been around the circuit for a while, getting the Qatar team and delivering a lot of hard work in the middle as well with the boys. Thank you for gracing this occasion. Well, we had quite a few performances this evening with bat and ball, and fair to say we'll have to take a few names for their creditable performances. Of course, Shafiq Shamsuddin of Phatom got 38 runs in 20 balls, 1 4 and 4 sixes. You had Mohammad Rabi as well, who tried hard for the Bangla Tigers. He got 29 runs in 20 deliveries, 2 fours and 3 sixes. He got them the impetus, but the night belonged to one man who's made it a habit to come and get Player of the Match awards. He got one in the previous game, and once again he's turned up today with a hat-trick in his second over, 3 wickets in 3 balls, and also capped it with a run-out as well in the 4th delivery. Just the right time to call upon Nazim Supi for a brilliant bowling performance. 3 for 6 in 2 overs. Nazim, you can come here. Mr. Asadullah, you can take the Player of the Match and give it to Nazim. Well, his second Player of the Match award. He's the man in form and doing the job for Phatom Doha as well. Thank you, Mr. Asadullah Khan. Thank you for joining us. Nazim, you're making it a habit. I'm sure you're enjoying the red carpet.
Yeah, obviously, yes. This is the second man of the match, alhamdulillah. First of all, I would like to thank to my teammates for believing me, and hard luck for the Bangla Tigers. Inshallah, we'll come with bang next match, inshallah.
What's the plan for a bowler like you? Because you come in the middle overs, it looks like you're bowling quick, but you mix it up nicely. Is variation important on the surface?
Yeah, obviously yes, because I enjoyed a lot the way I bowled. So when I got the second wicket, so I hope I am going for the hat trick. So Alhamdulillah, the next ball got a LBW, so I enjoyed a lot.
Is this your first hat trick?
Here, yeah, is the first hat trick. Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
What's the plan going forward now? You've got 2 matches, you're almost into the playoffs as well. So I'm sure you'd want to continue the good work.
Obviously, we are going for the nets and we are planning for the next matches. Inshallah, we'll come with bang.
Right. You got a hat trick this evening. You're looking good for a hat trick of Player of the Match awards as well. I'm sure you're planning that.
Thank you, Alhamdulillah, for that. Thank you so much, sir.
Nazim Supi there, the Player of the Match, his second Player of the Match award here for Phatom Doha. Thank you, Nazim. Keep up the great work for your team. So Phatom Doha have secured 2 more points, taking themselves to 4 in the points table. And we've had another very fine day of cricketing action. Another double-header lined up tomorrow evening as well. And we look forward to your company. There's plenty of days left in cricket in the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We'll see you tomorrow. We conclude our presentation from all of us out here. Goodbye and good night.